Hello my friends, this is Alexander Barmin and this is my channel, where we solve LeetCode coding challenges. So, what's in the agenda for today? Today we will solve a challenge where it's necessary to convert string into the integer. So, let's get started and go ahead. Let's as ordinary start with reading the challenge. Okay, what we need to write is a function, myToy, which converts a string to the 30-bit signed integer. The function should work similarly to C++ toy function. The algorithm of the function is the following. Read in and ignore any leading white space. So, for example, in case if we have 1, 2, 3, it should be many spaces and 1, 2, 3, it should be converted to 1, 2, 3. Second, check if the next character, if not already at the end of the string, is plus or minus. Read this character in if it is either. This determines if the final result is negative or positive respectively. Assume the result is positive if neither is present. So what does it mean for us? 1, 2, 3 minus 1, 2, 3 is minus 1, 2, 3. What's important here is that it is said that it should immediately follow, like it is not correct. Not correct. Okay. Reading the characters until the next non-digit character or end of the input is reached. The rest of the string is ignored. Okay, that's quite useful. So 1, 2, 3 for hello world should be converted to 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. Convert this digit into an integer. If no digit were read, then the integer is 0. Change the sign as necessary from step 2. Okay, so if it is hello, it is 0. Fine. If it is necessary, if the integer is out of the 30-bit signed integer range, then clump the integer so that it remains in the range. Especially integer less than -2 in 31st power should be clamped to the 2 minus 2 in 31st, and integer greater than 2 in 31st minus 1 should be clamped to 2 in 21st minus 1. Okay. Return the integer as the final result. Okay, so this is the conditions. Let's start implementing it, because it should not be super complicated, but still quite interesting. So let's start with the result. Let's have it as long, because our integer can be bigger than integer, and in Java data type which is bigger than integer is long, and we should convert a result to int at the end. What else is important? It's important to know whether the integer is negative or not, is false, and we also need to know is number started. It's false as well. Why it is important? It is important to avoid scenarios like these and scenarios like 1, 2, 3, 4 or hello 1, 2, 3. Because in this case result is 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the condition says that everything which goes right after the number should be ignored. So what else we need to do? We need to read our input string from left to right, and for it I'm going to use our ordinary for loop and length I++. Hope this time I wrote length correctly. And let's read it character by character. Final char next is s char at I. So again, we need to remember that this is a character, for example 9, not a string. So this is character, not string. This is important. Okay, so if our next integer is more or equal to 0 and next integer is less or equal to 9, what does it mean for us? It means that number started, and what we need to do, we need to read the next character. So what does it mean for us to read the next character? Because it's an interesting. So we're reading our number from left to right. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. We read it from left to right. It means that 1 will be read first. So what does it mean? So initially our result is equal to 0, and we need to say, okay, I read a character which is now 1. So what I need to do, I need to multiply what is already there in the result by 10, just in order to shift it left one character and next add a next value. So it will be 1. Next time I multiply 1 by 10 and I add 2, so that it will be 12. Next time I multiply 12 by 10 and add 3. It will be 123. This is how we should read it. So result is equal to result multiplied by 10 plus next minus 0. So this is the quite interesting concept, next minus 0, because I highlighted that next is not a string, it is a character. But zeros, roughly speaking, 0 as a character has different value. It is not equal to 0 as a number. So that in order to, let's say, shift it left, what we need to do, we will subtract a code of 0. So what does it mean? So we know that in the char map our character for numbers are going one after another, and we need to know what is the shift relatively to 0. So for example, if a character is 3, we multiply we subtract character of 0 and we get 3 as a value, as a result. Okay, so we're reading our number from left to right, and in case if our result is already bigger than integer max value, it's break. Why? Because it is said that if integer is outside of the 32-bit signed integer range, it should be chopped. Okay, this is the first part. Okay, what else we should keep in mind? In case if our character is our character is white space, next is equal to white space, so we skip it. It allows us to skip white space at the beginning, but what else we have is, in case if our number is already started, then we should stop again, because it is a white space after the number. So we started reading numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, next we faced a white space, so we should stop. Okay, what else we should keep in mind? Else if our next character is minus or next character is plus, because it's also possible. I forget that it's not an assignment. And in case if number is started, it is a break again. So why? Because it means that we reading 1, 2, 3 minus 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should ignore everything which is not number after we started reading the integer, after we started reading the number. Okay, but other than that, in case if it is the first character we faced and it is not a white space, it means that we're reading something like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means that number is finally started, which is true. And if the character is minus, it is negative. Okay, finally, and in case if reading everything else, for example, a character, it's full stop. Okay, so let's run it. I'm not sure that I fully implemented all the conditions. For example, char add what's wrong is not, oh come on, symbol method chat add. Okay, this time I wrote length correctly, but char at, here I faced a difficulty. Okay, yes, correct. So output is 42, expected output is minus 42. This is why. It is because I forget to do a few interesting things. So in case if value is more than integer max value, so result should be integer max value. It's condition 5. In case if is negative, result should be integer mean value. Okay, we cover some border conditions, and in case if result is still inside the expected boundaries, so for example it is minus 42, so is a negative, then result we should multiply it to minus 1 to invert the sign. And finally now it should be it. Okay, let's wait for a moment. Okay, all the tests finally passed, and let's submit it. So what's the clue of this challenge? Well, the clue of this challenge, to be honest, there is no clue, there is nothing complicated. It is necessary to read characters one by one from left to right, and what's more important is we need to consider all the possible border scenarios, like we read in an empty character or white space, we read a sign before or after the number, we read the number itself, and so on. So as you may see, my solution beats 100% of users with Java. It's not so good in memory, and it is because we use long as a storage here. Nevertheless, I suppose it's a great result. That's it for today. Thank you for watching my videos. If you like it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, write a comment and give me a like. So, see you next week. Bye. Some kind of